I want to thank Nemours Clinic for all that they do. I also want to thank Katie for being the North Florida chapter of CCFA, for running that. We need her just as much as we need everybody else. I'm sure she's going to be organizing the walk this year, which will be a lot of fun. But I want to give a special congratulations to Fran for all she's done for the past 7 years, and I want to present her game ball. This Friday. Well, I just want to talk a little bit about my travels, how I've gotten here, the things that I've encountered along the way. If you go back just before 2004, before I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, I was trying to fight for a starting job over Myron Leftwich. Some of y'all might remember that name. So I thought that was all the worries I really had in my life at that time. Little did I know that in 2004, actually in April of 2004, I would be diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And let me tell you, I knew nothing about it. Never heard of it. The doctor said, it looks like it's Crohn's disease. And I said, what's that? And I thought, well, they'll just give me some kind of pill and I'll be out the door. There won't be any worries. Because I never heard of it before, so I thought it can't be that bad. But I realized it is a terrible disease. And to see all these faces of all these kids, you know, that's really what drives me. After being diagnosed with it and researching, going online, seeing what this disease really was. First of all, I don't know why the Lord would give me a disease that wouldn't allow me to eat food. When He knows that's the number one thing in life. So just like you're not having popcorn, that was something that I couldn't have. I couldn't eat strawberries. I mean, at that time, I was totally blocked up, couldn't even drink water. I was in the hospital for a week, and I'm sure there's probably stories out here that are even worse than mine. But I was in the hospital for a week, and I didn't have food for that whole week, and they gave me ice chips. I don't know what that was about, but they gave me ice chips. And it was funny because my family would be there, you know, be there encouraging me, keeping me up. My pastor came in, a lot of my teammates came in, even Byron came in, Jack came in, everybody came in, and that was great at that time for me. It really showed me that my family and friends really did care about me. It wasn't just David Garrard, the quarterback, it was David Garrard, the person, and that meant a lot to me. So, battling that time, not knowing whether or not I would even be back on the field ever again. And actually, in my mind, I knew that I'd be back on the field. I knew that I wasn't going to let this disease keep me down. It might have had me at that point in time, but I knew I was going to conquer it. I knew I was going to get back out on that field. And at that time, I was just talking to the doctors, what do I need to do? Do whatever it takes to get me out of this hospital and back on the field. And at that time, they said, well, we'll try some medicine for a while, and prednisone, which is not a lot of fun. I don't know if anybody's tried that before, but it's not a lot of fun. But you know what? I tried it. I did whatever it took. Those medicines really didn't work for me, so to say. They did, but I was so blocked up that the doctor said, we have to go in and take the foot out of your intestines. And luckily, I have about 26, 27 feet, so it's short. Hopefully, I won't miss it. Hopefully, the flu still passes through and I can enjoy it all the same. So they did, and I came out of there. The doctor told me it was going to be 6 to 8 weeks before I would be able to get back on the field and run around and do sit-ups, just to get up there and throw with my receivers. And I was actually back out there at 4.5 weeks. I'm telling you, I was determined. I was not going to let the disease keep me from playing a sport, which is a sport, and it's something that I've wanted to play since I was 7 years old. I watched my first NFL game at 7, and I told my mother at that time, that is what I want to do. And I just kept fighting, and the road wasn't easy, but I made it, and I'm trying to take advantage of every second of it. And my saying, actually, as I was growing up, is carpe diem, which is seize the day, seize the moment, because you never know when that moment can pass you by. So take advantage of every possible moment. And I know there's times where you struggle and it seems like the day is never going to end, or this disease is going to have the best of you. And I tell you, don't think like that. Think positively. Think that you can defeat this disease, and you will defeat this disease. It's just a matter of time. And I know it. I know it sounds like I'm giving a pep rally speech, but it's the truth. It's what helped me get back on the field. And I know sometimes it's hard to believe that I do have Crohn's disease, but I can tell you I do. I go in every 8 weeks for my medicine, and I'm there just like everybody else. It takes about 3.5 hours. I usually fall asleep, so I get to enjoy that part of it. But it is something that you have to stay on top of. I remember before I had the surgery, I would have to watch everything, like I said earlier. I couldn't eat anything, and that was just so weird to me, not being able to eat sweets, because I love sweets. I really do. But I knew one day I would be able to eat sweets again. So just have the belief in all that. The smallest thing to keep your mind positive. Just have hope and dream in the smallest things. If you want to be a professional athlete, whether it's a professional skateboarder or a football player, whatever it is, even a lawyer, a doctor, a police officer, whatever it is, if it's just getting back outside and playing with your friends, let that be your dream, because that will keep you going, that will keep you motivated. And I know there's times where you feel like giving up. I'm telling you, don't do it. I think just being in sports my whole life, our coaches are always telling us not to give up on plays, not to give up on anything. So I just took that and used that for my motivation to never give up. I don't care how long it would take, I was never going to give up. I thank you guys. I am praying for you guys. I am with you guys 100% of the way. The David Garrard Foundation is for you guys. It really is not for me. It's for you guys. I want to raise as much money, as much awareness to be able to give back to the doctors so they can find a cure for this disease. I don't want my kids to have to deal with this. I don't want you guys to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with it. So I can tell you right now. Actually, I wanted to tell you this. I've been around the country going to the camps like Fran was talking about. I've been to California. I've been to Michigan. I've been right up to Atlanta. And every kid there at all these different camps, first of all, it was awesome to see them all out together and having fun with one another. But they all, the number one thing was, can you please help find a cure for this disease? And that is our goal, that is our mission. So trust that we are doing everything possible to raise the money, to raise awareness, so that we can finally get rid of this disease. Thank you guys for coming out and listening to me. The little ticket that you guys got earlier, if you guys would see Heather, the lady who runs my foundation, she will give you guys an envelope, and I think it might have a Jaguar ticket or two. Real tickets for this upcoming game, because we need you guys to help us beat